Okay.
Okay. Alright. Hi everybody, I'm down on call.
Again,
Please join me in a moment of silence followed by the serenity prayer.
God,
God,
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know this.
Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of people who share their experience, strength, and hope with each other that they may solve their common problems and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And I've asked you to read how it works.
Let's see, man. Alcoholic, this is how it works.
Hey,
Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to the simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those, too, who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our story is disclosed in a general way that we used to be, what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you are ready to take certain steps. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, fast, and powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures avail us nothing. Instead of a turning point, we ask his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6. We are entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7. Humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except those who do so injure them or others. 10. Continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12. Having a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us exclaim, what order? I can't go through with it. Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. That we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. That probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. That God
Zero socks.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, man.
And I've asked Frederick promises.
And Jim, I'm an alcoholic.
And Jim.
These are the AA promises. We were painstaking about this phase of our development will be amazed before we're halfway through. We will know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we've gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. 6, that feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. 7, we will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and our outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which distract us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises?
No.
They are being fulfilled in life, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, but they will always materialize when we work for them.
Thanks, Jim.
And I've asked Frederick the other opens. It's somewhere.
Hi, I'm Fred, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Fred.
Today I'm free. This brought me to the good health realization that there were plenty of situations left in the world over which I had no personal power. That if I was so ready to admit that to be the case with alcohol so I must make the same admission with respect to much else. I would have to be still and know that he, not I, would die. As Bill sees at page 114, I am learning to practice acceptance in all circumstances of my life, so that I may enjoy peace of mind. At one time, life was a constant battle because I felt I had to go through each day fighting myself and everyone else. Eventually, this became a losing battle. I ended up getting drunk and crying over my misery. And I began to let go and let God take over my life. I began to have peace of mind. Today I am free. I do not have to fight anybody or anything anymore.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Fred.
Thanks, Fred. And ask Frederick 24 hours.
Wayne Alcoholic.
Hey, Wayne.
June 22nd, AA thought for the day. If you have any doubt, just ask any of the older members of the AA group, and they will readily tell you that since they turned their lives over to the care of God as they understood Him, many of their problems have vanished into the forgotten days. When you allow yourself to be upset over one thing, you succeed only in opening the door for the coming of hundreds of other upsetting things. Am I allowing myself to be upset over little things? Meditation for the day. Do well not to think of the Red Sea of difficulties that lies ahead. I am sure that when I come to that Red Sea, the waters will part, and I will be given all the power I need to face and overcome many difficulties and meet what is in store for me with courage. I believe that I will pass through that Red Sea to the promised land, the land of the Spirit, where many souls meet in perfect comradeship. I believe that when that time comes, I will be freed of all the dross of material things and find peace. Prayer for the day, I pray that I may face the future with courage. I pray that I may be given strength to face both life and death fearlessly.
Thanks, Wayne.
And Fred has as Bill sees it.
I'm Jared, alcoholic.
Hey, Jared.
Turn to page 13, it's shared gift. AA is more than a set of principles. It is a society of alcoholics in action. We must carry the message, else we ourselves can wither, and those who haven't been given the truth may die. Faith is more than our greatest gift, but sharing with others is our greatest responsibility. May we of AA continually seek the wisdom and the willingness by which we may well fulfill that immense trust which the giver of all perfect gifts has placed in our hands.
Thanks.
Thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Jared.
And Fred has the tokens.
Kevin, alcoholic.
Kevin.
We have a token system here. We recognize different lengths of sobriety. The first token we have is a 24-hour token. And then
Hey, Johnny.
We have Pine Lake on July 12th, Saturday. It starts at noon. We by a big tree usually by the, where you go in and like a gate. And then we're gonna have brats, hot dogs, hamburgers, buns, and condiments will be furnished by the group. Bring your own drinks and a food item to share, and lawn chair if you wish. Cost is 10 and over is $10, and under like 3 to 9 is $8. And if you just want to come and enjoy fellowship and eat with us, then it's going to be free.
Yeah.
So just come and hang out under the tree. And I think that's it. I'll pass.
Hey, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
Any other announcements?
I'm Kevin, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Kevin.
I think there is a Indian Lake anniversary coming up, maybe August 16th. Does that sound? 17th. I'm not exactly sure on all the particulars on that, but, and then I think in their district picnic, September 13th of September 13th. And I'm sure there'll be some more information on that coming up. So, other than that, I think that's it right now.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey,
Jill.
Jill.
The agreement is having their 21st anniversary on Friday, August 8th. Pizza and pop and water will be provided. These at 11:30 and meeting at noon.
Thanks, Jill. Sorry I forgot about that.
Alright. Since we are fully self-supporting for our contributions, we're going to pass around, do a course slips, you can put them in here. And should we go around our yeah, we did so. Okay. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. My name is Jen, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Jen.
Jody, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Jim.
Kevin, alcoholic.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Wayne. Al.
CJ.
I'm Tracy Allen.
Tracy.
Fred, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Fred. Hey, Jared.
Sam.
Andrew, recovering alcoholic.
Hey, Andrew.
Ernest Watson, alcohol.
I'm Gary, an alcoholic.
And Gary. I'm Tom, alcoholic.
Oh, who's on the phone?
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Jill.
Hey, Joe.
Is Sharon out there?
Jerry fall asleep a lot.
Yeah.
Gary alcohol.
Hi,
Hey, Jerry.
Okay, alright. So since I'm bad at my job, you don't believe tonight, so we're gonna do these sticks again, which was super fun. So, don't cheat and look at them.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Just grab a stick, any
Grab a,
stick.
grab a stick, any stick. I'm gonna grab one for Jill. Jill, yours is service. That's your topic, service. Jerry, yours is making amends.
If you understand what this game is,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you
you're gonna have to
should-
talk on service, and Jerry, you're gonna have to talk for like 2 or 3 minutes, whatever. You can't say your, no. Show you the Jerry. I'm for
Do we get a discussion about this, or?
whatever you
Yeah,
draw.
you gotta share on
Whatever stick you get, that's what you get to just.
And then other people can jump in and,
No.
oh, that's, where's the God consciousness there?
Whatever you get, don't be looking, Tom.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, shall I begin?
Oh, sure.
Alright, I'm still Jen, I'm still an alcoholic.
Hey, Jen.
And my word is humility. Yeah, so.
I wish I got that.
Being
I've
teachable.
had to learn some here lately. Asking for help in particular has never been easy for me. But it's definitely something that's gotten a lot easier with practice. It's still not easy, but the more I ask other people for help, and instead of just being egotistical and proud, and saying, hey, like, I mean, what? Are you making faces at me?
No, absolutely not.
It gets easier because I've been, pleasantly surprised in this program by how helpful people are, and even people that aren't necessarily in this program, how willing they are to help if I ask, instead of, trying to manipulate or hoping that someone else will offer me help, or, even just like sending text messages can be so hard for me. Like, if I need a ride somewhere, or I need a lead, or whatever it is, like I'll type it and I'll be like, no, that sounds stupid. I'll type it in. And like a couple weeks ago, I was just send it. What's the worst they're gonna do? Say no? But yeah, it's getting easier. It's still not easy though, and I think I'm running into that problem even like doing my steps. Is like being completely honest with myself and my higher power and other people is hard, because that opens me up to the risk of like being hurt or being rejected, or all those things that I hate. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Got this.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
You want me to go or you want me to go? Okay.
She needs what she needs.
No, I didn't draw a stick. If we have time at the end.
Well, you can always stay.
We got one of these ones too.
We
Hey.
gotta stay right there.
Oh, we are
Not
stick for
too
you.
painful.
We'll hear from an Alan
So we're going.
Hey, my name is
You're
Joe.
going around with it?
Yeah,
All right.
going around the horn.
I have to wait a while.
My name is Joni, and I am an alcoholic.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
My word is willingness. So I was told that when I came in that was important. To be open-minded and willing and all those things that I really wasn't when I first came in. I think being willing is putting yourself out there, and can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
And it really goes with all those steps that I had to take. And the first part was to be willing to actually do the work. And the program has made me more willing to step outside myself and to, I don't know, like find out who Joni was, because I didn't even know who I was when I got here. I was really sick, and I found that I molded into what other people might want me to be, or I tried to be what they needed me to be, not who I was. And so being willing to take a look at it, to be honest, to be gut-wrenching honest with myself, and to, I think of the Serenity Prayer, hardship is the pathway to peace, the long version, because I had to be willing to dig really deep and go into places in my life that were really uncomfortable so that I could heal. And the steps were a big part of that, but also for me, therapy was a big part of that. And I'm forever grateful to the gentleman that told me that when the noodle pops up on the top of the pot, you can't just keep pushing it down. You got to deal with it. So I'm grateful today for willingness. And I have to know that when I'm willing to do something, and it doesn't turn out maybe the way that I was hoping or that I thought it would, it might be just that was the way it was supposed to turn out, and that's what my higher powers will wanted, because my will
Yeah.
that, then life goes pretty smooth for the most part. And when my will creeps in, sometimes things get a little messy. So I think that's it on willingness for me.
Thanks, Janet.
Thanks.
Jim, and I'll
Hey, Jim.
Okay, mine is inventory. Yeah. So inventory just didn't, when I first came into AA, that made no sense to me why I didn't see how that could, I was just wanting to stop drinking. I just wanted to stop being, in trouble for being drunk all the time. I didn't see why inventory, how that could help at any given point with that. So I kind of did a half-ass version of that, frankly. Kind of the first time I've ever worked my steps. This time, by this time I say 11 and a half years ago, when I hit my bottom, I finally decided that I wasn't qualified to determine which parts of this program I could or could not take seriously. And so I needed to follow all the directions. And they also told me at that time I learned that the steps in whole were about trusting God, cleaning house, and then helping others. So if I was going to clean house, then I needed to gather up everything that was about me and take a fearless moral inventory of myself. And so I did as best as I could. It was through that process and doing those steps with inventory and all the way through 9 where I make amends to folks, that I decided that a lot of times we don't know the benefit of these steps ahead of time. We don't know them until after we work. So it only took me 20 years to figure out that I need to just pay attention and work the steps to the best of my ability. And then if I did a good job of that, then I'd see the benefit of those, afterwards. So I was glad I did that with my inventory this time. That's all I got. Thanks.
Thanks, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
I'm Kevin, I'm now calling.
Hey, Kevin.
And my word is powerless. And I know, for me, I wasn't only just powerless over alcohol, I was powerless over most things in my life that I had to deal with. When it come to being responsible, I was powerless over that. I couldn't really be responsible. Just so many things, most of things that you deal with every day in life, I was powerless over most of those things. I really struggled for a lot of years. And when I got sober, I found not that only I remained still powerless over a lot of things in my life, but I think how I learned to overcome being powerless is putting my faith and trust in a higher power. And I just feel today that things that I couldn't do or I was powerless over before I got sober, that I have a higher power today that helps me with that. Nudges me in the right direction, kind of leads me where I need to be. And, I don't know, for me today, I don't really, I don't know, I don't consider myself powerless over most things in my life today. I'm
still powerless over alcohol, but today, alcohol is not a problem in my life, you know? I heard somebody say that, the only time I really ever think about alcohol is when I'm sitting in an AA meeting. You know, the rest of the time I don't think about alcohol. And I think that, this program of Alcoholics Anonymous and the people and the higher power and, just things that I have today helps me overcome powerless. And so today, I may still be powerless over some things in my life, but, I don't know, somehow I feel that higher power will someday, I guess, give me power for what I need power for. So that's all I got.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ken.
I'm Al. My word of the day is meditation. And it might be a good one for you. But I'm not really that good at meditation, so I do read the 24 hours a day, that. I only meditate on it for a little bit, but I'll be driving somewhere and I'll get into meditation. It's kind of dangerous because I don't think about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But meditation is a strong thing to be doing, and I should be doing more of it because, if you meditate, you're sitting there just thinking about this, it just makes you become a stronger person towards whatever the meditation of the day is amends or whatever, it just makes you stronger, but it's a good thing. I'm just not very great at it, to be honest. That's what we do here is we're honest with each other. So, but if I continue to work at it, I will get better. With that, I'll pass.
Thanks, Al.
Wayne alcoholic.
Hey, Wayne.
My word is hope. That's a word I've never really thought about until I realized I was an alcoholic. That's when I realized that if I would follow the right path, seek treatment, admit to myself that I was an alcoholic, I had no spiritual or religious foundation. Now today, I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But I know the door's still slippery in that tunnel. If I would make a bad decision or people, places, things, I can go backwards further away from that light at the end of the tunnel. So I am hopeful that I do make the right choices, keep coming to meetings, classes, and keep going down that tunnel. With that, I'll pass.
Thanks, Wayne.
CJ.
Hey, CJ.
I picked resentment.
Oh.
And I know a lot about resentment. I never really thought about it till this time through the program, but I tend to hold a lot of resentment and grudges towards people. And I probably used alcohol to cover up a lot of that in my life. But it's something I'm working on, something that I've had to set boundaries for myself on and to give to my higher power and meditate on and learn how to let things go and quit victimizing myself over them. And that's all I got.
Thanks, man.
I thought it was going to go down there.
You're up.
I'm Wes, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Wes.
This here says action plan. So, everybody coming in, the action plan is the big part. Tells you what to do. You have to be willing to do it. You have to
Jim said, you know, you can overthink this problem, and alcoholics tend to do that. I get it. Well, how many different ways are there? Are there forms for the, you know, fourth step? Well, here's a form. Well, that's different from this form. I actually found about 10 forms that all different takes, but it still didn't seem to make sense. So I didn't know why I was going to do that. So it took me a long time to do it. You know, I know some people will say, well, I got through 12 steps in 2 weeks, and fine. Do their best efforts with guidance, fine. Took me more like 5 years. I did a lot of other things. I mean, I progressed my spiritual condition. I worked on that. But it took me a long time to actually do the 5th step. Then the rest were fairly obvious about, well, what would you do? Why would you make amends? Although there is a lot to learn about how to do it. You have to understand that, I have to understand that I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm just saying, making a statement. I know I did wrong.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I know I did wrong. And I carry it with me. And you can get rid of it by doing it again. Took me a long time to figure out the logic of that, but it works. That appears to be why it works. So you have my side of the street. That's it. I don't have to worry about anybody else. That's between them and their higher power, whether they want to continue to have a relationship or they never really want to, you know, spit in my face. That's up to them. That's nothing about me. So this is the only program, other than perhaps some strange psychedelic treatments. I saw a video on another one today. Turns completely, you got to do one trip and you will not be addicted anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just go for that. Well, it would be a fun trip. It was the only program proven to work. And it's worked millions of times. But it only works through action.
Yeah.
You've got to do the steps. And you got to work on your spiritual condition. However that works for you. Whatever gets you closer to a personal relationship with whatever helps me to get closer to a personal relationship with my higher power. That was the action that was required to earn my soul. And that's a concept too, you know. I got a lot to atone for. Service to others is the only way that can be done. So if I keep focused on that, and when I'm serving others, I'm not subject to the little bees flying around in my head as much. Because I'm not thinking about me. So I hope everybody knows that you have to keep taking action. Like I love Jason Williams' analogy. It's like riding a bicycle. You quit pushing the pedals, and sooner or later you're going to fall over. So, action plan. I think that's enough. Where does it go?
Take it down there. Oh, down to me.
Top that.
Guess I'll take it. Oh, I'll try. My name's Tom. I'm an alcoholic. My word is dependence. And when I was growing up, I was dependent on my mom and dad all the way through high school. They'll bail me out of jail. I was dependent on them. And then when I became adult, I was still dependent on them. I was stuck in dependence. And now it's dependence on God now because everybody else failed me. Well, now they didn't fail me. They just didn't do what I wanted them to do. Because every time I got into a relationship, I was dependent on that relationship. Been married 3 times. I was dependent on each one of those wives to the point where I pushed them away. And well, that felt good to say that. But yeah, I was just dependent on everybody else except myself and the things I needed to do to be what God wanted me to do. And I think I'm doing that. And that's all. Thanks. This was a good idea. I really liked it.
Went to a meeting in Kettering, it wasn't mine. They did it there.
That was a good idea.
I'm Gary, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Gary.
The word I have is gratitude.
Yeah.
And how many times I've been to meetings over the 24 hours I've been in the program, and the word gratitude is brought up. And automatically I go back to the point where I was at when I came to Rooms Alcoholics Anonymous. And then I'm grateful for where I'm at. You know, Father Martin always says, gratitude is the hinge of sobriety swings on. I'm grateful for the day sobriety, God will give me another day. I had a meeting last night, somebody had 30 years of sobriety went back out. That's this program, that's the disease of alcoholism. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And at the end of the day, you know, the word simple, you know, is very good. I mean, we've got to keep this program simple. You know, I could complicate, like Jerry always said, we can complicate a grape. And I'm the same way, and in recovery, you know, we can complicate this simple program. We don't drink, we go to meet, we help another drunk, we find a relationship with a God of our understanding. And that takes time, you know, and you know, we tell people make a gratitude list. You know, one thing is if you're not drinking, you got to thank God for not drinking, you know. And thank for all the things He's given you, the things that I don't deserve, you know what I'm saying? Gave me soundness of mind, you know, He gave me some serenity, gave me peace of mind. You know, all those things I got because I stopped drinking. And you know, it's so hard to give away to people. I mean, they just keep on bucking their head up against the wall and keep on bucking. And I did the same thing, you know what I'm saying? I just keep on doing things my way, and all of a sudden I just got totally exhausted. You know, and finally I had to surrender to God, you know what I'm saying? And when I went through, I was grateful that God helped me through that. See, that's how it's a weed program, you know. God's very important in my life today, probably more important today than it was when I got here, you know. You know, and you know, if you stay here long, you'll see so many people come and go, you know. They just come and go, you almost forget their names. I was driving down, I was thinking of somebody, I thought of that guy for a long time, I wonder what that guy is at today.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, that's what happens. We don't forget, when we forget that past, we forget that last drunk, we forget the consequences that we go through to get here. You know what I'm saying? You know, and gratitude is at the top of the list. You know, like Wayne brought up, hope and action. You know, willingness. Just takes a little bit of willingness. You know, that tells us in the 12 and 12, we just have to open that door up just a little bit. And as things change, the door gets wider. So that's how simple this program is. But being as an alcoholic, I complicate all that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm impatient. I wanted that yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And that was my problem, you know. But I remember my last drunk. I'm so grateful for that. You know. I remember where my last drunk took me to. You know, and Then you go to the meeting, you hear about a guy for 30 years of sobriety, goes back out and gets a 24-day token, you know? That's how this program works. You know, so yeah, I'm grateful to be sober today. I'm grateful to be alive. You know, I have a disease called alcoholism, not alcoholism. That's the way it is. They are, Andrew.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gary.
I'm Andrew, recovering alcoholic.
Andrew.
My word, fear. Well, I found out fear is a very dangerous thing. And it's best if you don't let it get to you, because fear can cause a lot of trouble with a few other things. Fear gets you in trouble, and when you once realize that you need to stay out of that stuff, I think back how I used to be like and how it is today. And I don't have a desire to go back there where I was. I've got a lot of money. I can basically enjoy myself. I might not be happy all the time, but most generally I'm happy. So with that, I'll pass.
Thanks, Andrew.
I'm Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
And my stick says anger, but not only anger says letting go of anger. So that was a tough one for me. When I think about it, I think it's kind of in the right order here. As a youngster, I started out with a lot of fear. And that fear turned into hate, anger, revenge. How to let go of it? Ooh, that was tough. Took a lot of alcohol to try to numb the brain on that. I think one of the things was carrying anger at a lot of other people that didn't matter. I had to learn. The only person I had to fix was myself. I couldn't let everybody else had to. Once I took care of myself, that anger thing kind of went away. But it took me a long time to learn that. And with the help of, like we hear all the time, the higher power and the rooms in here, the people in these rooms, and it works. And I think that'll pass. And this is a good idea. It's the first time I've ever seen this thing, so I kind of like it.
Thanks, Sam.
I'm Jared, alcoholic.
Hey, Jared.
Before I say what I got, I'm gonna be like, I was in the meeting a couple weeks ago over in Indiana. I was saying I've been started to see my spiritual side come back a little bit, and I struggled with that for a long time. And it's like I like this too, because it's like I just seem to weave a path through it. And I feel like I got the Holy Grail sticks, and it's called honesty. And only for that is because I've never worked a program yet. I've sat in these rooms for a long time, and I've struggled with my higher power. And finally, it's like I'm starting to see it all, and how it all just came through with every word that you got. And I'm like, I got this, and it's like I don't even deserve this stick, because I didn't even put the effort into it, but I'm the one that pulled it. But maybe I'm the one that needed it, I guess. And it's like, I'm just sitting here listening to that. So I guess I need to get more honest with myself. I think that was the biggest one right there for me. And I'm sitting here listening to all the words that you got, and it feels like it's all leading right back to this stick for me, like it's going to be thrown at me here. So I guess what I'll do is I'll pick up the book again and start from page 1. I've put it off for such a long time, so maybe I'll start with that right here, so everyone knows that.
There you go.
That'll pass.
Thanks, Jared.
Yeah.
I'm Fred, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Fred.
I think I got the right stick, because I got one day at a time.
Yeah.
And I think I'm probably the newest member of this group, with only a little over 4 months sober. So for me, it's all about one day at a time. that's what I live by, is one day at a time. Because I wake up every morning and I'm supposed to stay sober for 24 hours. And it's worked for 4 months so far. So, with that, I'll pass.
Thanks, Fred.
Us too, though. One day at a time.
So that's how I live my life.
Yep.
That's all we got.
Remember what your work was, Jill?
Jill said she, I don't know if she got back on, but she said she had to help her mom. So, Jill, you on?
Good, Jerry.
Jerry? Jerry, are you there?
You wanna share?
Is it all?
He probably hung up.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Jerry, you wanna share?
So school life.
Remind me what his word is.
Well, I don't know what my word was.
How about
Yeah, can you tell me what,
service?
Service. Yeah. It was fun for me. I was able to purchase a 12-step car. Yeah. It was a 1969 Plymouth Fury 3
Number 17.
with vinyl seat. So we made 12-step calls. That's why we got a 12-step car. Yeah. So I just about seen every trick there is in the book. Yeah, they kind of watered down the seats a couple times, and that's why I had vinyl. I could just take a hose after I got back home and go get another one, you know. And that was a great life. Now, I was kind of bored at the time, but I was down in that creek, right Fort Creek, and I seen some studded tires. So I grabbed them studded tires and I put them on that 69 Fury 3. And if they called, they knew I was getting close when they could hear them studded tires. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, that was probably the most fun in my whole life, doing that. And that's where they say, give it away and keep it. And that's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jerry.
Unless somebody wants to grab another stick.
Well,
Jill texted me, she had to help her mom. So she was popping off, yeah.
Tracy?
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no.
Tracy.
Grab a stick, Trace.
No, you can't look.
I'm gonna take mine.
Yeah, I didn't want to grab a repeat. Okay, I'm Tracy Allen on forgiveness.
That's a new one.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So I guess I was just thinking about forgiveness, and for me, I always thought of forgiveness was forgiving other people. You know, and then I guess after I was in the program where I realized I need to ask for forgiveness too, if I do something wrong or react in a negative way. And I think since being in the program, I've been able to do that more. Like to see my wrong in it and then ask people for forgiveness. And that's how it's helped me, and that's all I got.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, Chrissy. That was good.
All right, guys.
It was efficient, we got done early.
Yeah.
Unless you want another stick lesson.
I gotta fill time just as.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for a great meeting, everybody. And I guess let's circle up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They just
Hold up the link here. You gotta pay for gas, fuel, and then you gotta put gas in the boat. The full house for everything.
like this love there,
Yeah,
it goes right
yeah,
through.
I have to have, I can't just be there.
Yes, the bag.
Oh, I know, totally.
I know, clean out this
You
bag.
wanna go across the board, I think, the passport.
Yeah.
There's fines on here, there, and
Yeah, because that's what I thought, but
They
were,
Yeah.
because we didn't have them,
fines for,
and you guys went somewhere.
trying to go across from the
We
US.
was looking for them, and I said, I think I remember that.
I should leave in your
United
eyes.
States and Canada.
What about you, Doc?
That's strict, the, you got a DWI, I didn't even give.
I know. I'm gonna try to pass these out in order so we can.
Going into was never a problem, it was coming back that was always.
Kevin,
We're doing good.
I know, Ross.
And last year, we get paid for our truckers.
Okay, thank you.
I'm pretty sure we're over the last game.
I'm doing it.
I looked in there, but I could have looked over it, but I didn't see it.
What's his name?
Formula.
Paul?
That's selling coffee cheap, quite quick.
Hours? Good.
The program went in there after $5.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's still good. Coffee.
But yeah, so, yeah. They all have their swimsuits on in the neighborhood. They're playing ball.
Actually, this is what I got.
My grandkids are into softball and baseball this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Wes?
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
You too. Thanks for the pizza.
Oh, you're welcome, man. I was thinking of you when I was looking at all the pieces there.
Didn't really answer my question.
That's good. Not much.
Come on, good job.
So we're doing the stick game?
Yep. What's on the inside of the paper?
Popsicle sticks and cornflakes.
Yeah.
You can fill them out and everything?
Yeah.
With different topics and whatever topic you can get about.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't even need you to call me anymore, I have this.
It used to be the final song.
I don't even need you.
I know.
I don't even anymore.
Yeah, once you lose the walk on the walk,
I know.
then she'll lose it.
Only every year. Yeah, go up with the one, and
Well, gal from we had.
that, I only said that because we always, it's like, remember that?
If you're the host, press star now. Otherwise, please wait, and you will be joined into the conference. Please enter your PIN followed by the pound or hash. If you do not know your PIN, please enter pound or hash.
Joe, doing all right? Joe.
I find that the bracelets
It is good.
I saw Jody there Saturday.
Oh, he doing?
No, no, he said hi.
Was you standing up Friday?
Yeah, he was standing up there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he looked fine Saturday. Didn't you see Jody Saturday?
Yeah, we did see him out there by the lake. Out there yesterday on the lake. He didn't stick around long, but I don't know what happened. But he looked okay when you seen him, Joe.
Yeah.
Birthday, Eric, how you doing?
Very good, how you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah. Hi, Joey.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
birthday yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
His birthday is good.
Well, I didn't look, but he may be.
Yeah, we kind of ran into Jody and right outside him, we apologized. And then we called
Same for the stage inside
Jim
today.
to see if he
That's
was.
why it's kind of like, okay, or just go in for 4 hours, and then go back out. Why did I do this?
Very good, how you doing?
Well,
I don't even know if they have the real races today. I know they were moving around there, but I
I
don't
made a
know.
commitment to the chef. They don't buy for it. They don't have to buy flowers.
I don't know what they
They're
do.
good.
Yeah, they raise it pretty good. They raise it.
Yeah, but I'm still blooming.
Bad races.
Maybe if I water them, they'll bloom fast.
They did. I went to the south.
Yeah, every morning I come out. Everything's
Yesterday's races first.
Would you plant flowers in my house, Wes? Wes?
And then they raced the
Oh,
big
okay.
races after that. The yard district's on the third. We were done by. Well, I know, we went by to see them by, and a lot of them pulled out. There wasn't
What you got in
many
terms
boats
of
sitting out there.
shade, sun?
Yeah, I got some flowers planted, the rest of them died, or lost. I'll let you come over and look at it, and then I'll give you money for flowers to plant.
Help me get them up out of my yard.
Okay.
I got plenty of to get them.
Yeah, he said,
And then there's
Wi-Fi
right in there. And then they had two big, one thing really big. And then they, lifted
Yeah,
it
I have
down
15
to
ladies
the
on
water.
Hey, I'm making Michelle's bouquet for her, Carrie. So, I'm just thinking, like, did she give you a color theme or anything, or you just like?
I'm just going to fill out.
Yeah, I took all, I got all the work on that, the outfit shop.
I'll put that in.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was in
I
Louisville,
think
we were
they
flowers
had come,
to match.
They had a couple out there running.
but you know, there's a lot
They
of.
was running there. I don't know, it's kind of hard to judge.
The main thing that's going on.
They wasn't nowhere near, they wasn't nowhere near. One of them, they were just a walk. One of them flipped over and it wasn't too long after, two colors. Oh, yeah, one did that.
Maybe I'll buy it.
I got birds.
My brother-in-law, he has his trailer was set up on Lake Shore, so they could see what it's like. See the ice cream trail. Couldn't see it from the shop.
You get along pretty good now since you have your son.
The still bees to go for these things.
I got surprised with the temperature in that place.
It's supposed to be 90.
Gotta get the meeting.
I think she's just gonna sit right here.
Because, I think we was up at the beginning.
Hey, Jody. Hi. It's going okay, how about you, Joe? She's doing okay. Yeah. She's a little watch. She just has to remember it. She can't remember. Yeah. Well, it's like 6 months she's off. Yeah. Yeah, her. So you go to see her? You were down there. What? I'm sorry, Joe. Yeah. Yeah, it was too hot. Too hot.
Yeah.
She went down on the other bus. I passed.
I think so.
Yeah, hey, I think that's all right. Oh, that's, sure, looks like he did something for you.
They might be out smoking, Ken. I think they were sitting down there. I don't know.
Let him smoke.
What?
Let him smoke.
They're smoking.
That's where we come down. Okay.
Hi. Hi, Don. Hi, Don, you know how to meet the phone? Oh, it's Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Jerry.
I knew that. I was just checking to see if you knew who you were.